It sounds like there's a little bit of an echo because I'm in a new office that I'm very excited about. But I am. Oh, there we go. Our CEO and founder just joined us. I was looking for him and getting heart palpitations. But yes, so last time, just one thing, we're only going to have these meetings every second week now, every second Thursday. That's just the one thing I want to say. And then the other thing is, last time we mentioned the concept of one touch. So we've obviously been practicing that and doing as much as possible with minimum effort and as little sort of processes as possible, so that we choose the shortest route to get the job done. I think you guys can see basically how much gets done. As we see now, we have a momentum that's going, and there's just no stopping us. And it's just absolutely amazing how much progress we're making as we go along all the time. There's just new stuff. But I'm going to hand over to Dr. Frans Swanepoel, our CEO and founder, and he is going to give us the latest and greatest. Over to you.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're so excited as I am with the business. Yeah, so I had an interesting week as well. So I'm just going to share a little bit tonight, give a bit of updates and innovations with BitcoinWise, because I see every time that we implement the changes, we see a noticeable difference in the ecosystem and the growth of our community. And it makes me very, very excited. Once you grab the concept that it's an ecosystem, it's a community ecosystem, that it's not like a loyalty program that you just earn from one store, but you earn from all the stores, and we sign up merchants as we go along. So I'm excited to also say that Salbucks is working very hard to make it a lot easier now for merchants to onboard. So by next time when I speak to you, it will be in full-fledged available for everybody to become merchants. And it's a huge benefit to have the opportunity to become part in business-wise. If you have a business, or you've got family or friends, or a business that you would like to, a local business that you would like to support, to make them part of the BitcoinWise ecosystem. So our new starter pack implementation has been a huge success. So jump-starting the shopping process for the new members and providing them with a seamless experience. So that is what we're aiming for, to make it as simple and easy as possible for everybody to join the business and actually to use the system. So as members become more accustomed to the innovative way of shopping, they continue to top up their Salbucks with vouchers and enjoying the ongoing cashback payments and benefits with zero banking charges. So that's awesome. That's already saving money, not even what you get back, but saving on transaction fees and bank charges and all those things that comes with it. So we are actually thrilled about the positive impact that we have on our members and the merchants that already join us, especially the smaller merchants that can already starting to experience the impact of being part of BitcoinWise and being part of this whole ecosystem that we've created. And yeah, yes, I've got so many plans. Our head office got so many plans. What we're going to introduce soon. It's super exciting. So looking ahead, we introduced a new sustainable shopping incentive that we want to start on the 1st of November. So, and here's how it works. So basically what we want to do is we want to motivate you as our member And obviously, you want to motivate your team to use the wallet system. Because if people don't use the wallet system, nobody's making money. That's defeating the object. I mean, that's the ecosystem. So we all must use the ecosystem so that everybody can earn the maximum income from the system. So what we want everybody to just start off, if you're still uncomfortable and new, start off by just depositing R100 a month into your wallet and start using the system so that you can get comfortable and see how exciting it is actually to use the voucher system. Yeah, because I'm really, I promise you, I use it every day of my life. So earning rewards obviously are the benefit of using the ecosystem. And remember, only active members who participate in the ecosystem will be able to earn the passive side of the business. And that's what it's all about. It's the passive that we are working towards. So I think this incentive is fair, it's equitable, and it's rewarding loyalty members who are actively using our system. Unlike other companies, we don't require you a monthly auto ship or to purchase an unwanted product that you don't want just because you want to earn money. With BitcoinWise, yeah, you know, it's simple. You shop as you normally do, and you would earn benefits instead of paying banking fees and transaction fees. But the best part is not only earning on your own spending, but on earning on your ecosystem, on each and everybody's spending. That's where the power lies. So by implementing this culture, we empower everybody to shop and earn more with their teams. So that's what I've said earlier. We want to work with our teams and encourage them to all use the shopping system, our ecosystem, so that we all can thrive as a community and receive the maximum benefits, because that's what you're after. You're after a maximum income that you can generate out of BitcoinWise. Because obviously, firstly, we want to set ourselves financial free, but also this is our pension fund that we're generating here, and something that we can leave. It's a what do you call it? It's something that you can leave for your generations after you, your children, their children, their children thereafter. Yeah. So if you can only, when people starting to realize, and there's so many people that I see in the beginning, they join the business and they still feel uncomfortable and they don't realize the power that lays in this ecosystem that we've created. But once they grasp the concept, you can see the excitement that they do business with, the excitement that they use to make use of the system, and to motivate their team, people in the ecosystem, to everybody to use it. So from 1st of November, we're going to see. At the moment, I'm busy with the attorneys because I want to make it as much information as possible for everybody to see who is shopping in your team. So obviously, I can't show you how much everybody is spending. But what I'm discussing with the attorneys at the moment is to look at the law and see if I can group it up and say, listen, people in this color spend an average of between 100 and 1,000 rand a month. People with this color, they're spending between 1,000 and 2,000 rand a month, something like that. So we're working very hard to make sure that we protect BitcoinWise, legal-wise, but also we want to give you, as a business owner, the responsibility that you want to take to build your business, to give you information so that you would be able to manage your business properly. So, and then I would also like to introduce our new agency opportunities we have. So it's now available for the general public. There are many benefits of owning an agency. So making the system even more lucrative for agency owners because they earn more, they can earn more money as an agency holder. So just to give you a benefit as well from that is to say, listen, if you as a member, if you introduce an agency owner, somebody that buys an agency from BitcoinWise, you will receive a once-off reward of 20,000 Rand for giving us that lead, and it's a successful purchase. So there's an extra bonus for everybody to make. So you might know people that are interested in just not having their own business in BitcoinWise, but also in the agency and become more part of our head office group in such a way, if I can call it that, because you're going to work a lot more closer with the people from head office. So that's exciting. So if you've got any queries, if you want more information, you can just send an email to agencies@bitcoinwise.co.za. So yeah, be very, very excited about the future of BitcoinWise. BitcoinWise, we're looking forward to contribute and to grow and thrive all together. So yeah, just as a closing statement, I want to say, obviously, the little that we share at the moment with you is just basically to get you on board and to start making money. Once you start making money, we're going to introduce you to the bigger picture of BitcoinWise, what we have in mind that's so excited for the community, for you and for other people to get on board. And there's some nice programs running in specific groups in our business, in our ecosystem that are already incentivize people that are actually not able at the moment to become part of BitcoinWise. And so there's so many different ways and means if you want to have an impact in the community that you would be able to assist people to become part of BitcoinWise, because it's our responsibility to share this opportunity with everybody that you see, everybody that you meet, and everywhere that you shop. If that merchant is not a merchant yet of BitcoinWise, they must become a merchant of BitcoinWise. So yeah, thank you everybody. I'm so excited. It's always nice to talk to you. Yeah, I love you guys to pieces, and I really respect all the hard work and effort that everybody put in to make a success of your own life. But not only, and this is what it's so excited. It's you're not only making a success of your own life, you're helping everybody in this ecosystem to make a success in their business, in their lives, in their business, and change people's lives. So that's what we're all about. This is what BitcoinWise is all about. So yeah, thank you very much. I don't want to keep you too long. So tonight, you must also have some limits. I know you're so excited. You pumped me up so last time.
And then I watch the recording and I want to die because I think, oh my goodness, is that what they meant when I said I don't stop?
Yeah. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to hand over to Sue again. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. No, we love you right back. But I'm just going to say a small thing. When Capitec first came in, they did their advertising and everybody joined. Why did we all join? Because of the massive decrease in the banking fees that we were paying. So for instance, I had a recent experience. I've got a Standard Bank account. If I do an instant payment, if I do an EFT and I choose to do an instant payment, it's 50 Rand. For many, many years, FNB was 35 Rand to do an instant payment. And then, of course, you come to Capitec and it's 8 Rand. And then Time Bank came and it was, oh, this is so cool. You just walk in to Pick and Pay and you open up an account instantly and you get your card out of like a vending, it feels like a vending machine. It's sort of like an ATM-y thingy that stands in the corner, you know, and it feels like you just ordered a card and it's a vending machine that just spits out this card and everything's instantaneous. But we sort of like all talk about Time Bank because again, the bank charges are so ridiculously low. Why is this any different? All we're doing is we're saying this is a new digital way of paying. There isn't a physical card, but all you're doing is you're paying with a digital wallet and there are no transaction fees. So are we beating Capitec? Are we beating anybody else, Time Bank, whatever? There are uses for them. It's convenient in lots of ways because there are some things where those merchants are not yet Bitcoin wise, and we have to sometimes transact with merchants that are not part of our ecosystem just yet. But if you're a person coming out of school, for instance, or you're somebody that has to watch your budget, like most of us do, and bank charges is really starting to, especially for small businesses. Remember, again, I go back to Capitec. They didn't have business accounts in the beginning. And then I come to Time Bank. Time Bank didn't have business accounts in the beginning. They have all that now. But the bank charges, why do we have to pay bank charges if it's not necessary? So really all we're doing in Bitcoin Wise is we're saying to people, if you feel like, you know, you're feeling the pinch of transactions, besides the fact, you know, we've already discussed, and I mean, Max talks about it on every Monday and Wednesday, the rising cost of living in South Africa. There's actually a very dynamic young gentleman that has a YouTube channel that I've subscribed to, and he recently also spoke about the student loans, and he said, guys, when you get a student loan from NSFAS or whatever, I can never say their name, you're going to have to pay it back. It's not a grant. It's not a stipend or anything like that. It's a loan. At some point, you're going to have to start paying them back. They might not be doing that for very much longer, as they've announced on the radio, because they owed 45 billion and they're not getting the money out of the students. So in every single area, from young to old, things are changing. The cost of living is rising. The money is getting less and less and less. The opportunities are shrinking. And it feels like this vice grip is just getting tighter and tighter. But of course, we know it doesn't have to be that way, because all we're doing is we're looking at a Capitec style model. We're looking at a Time Bank model, and we're saying, here is a model. The only difference is it's got no physical card, but there are absolutely zero transaction fees. So all your payments to any other user is instant. No transaction fees as long as you are transacting within the ecosystem. That's paying merchants, doing whatever it is you want to do. The only time you have to pay a 10 Rand transaction fee is when you are withdrawing cash from the system, which shouldn't be necessary very often anyway. So it's still growing, and obviously we're going to onboard many more merchants. In fact, as Dr. Frans has alluded to countless times, there's a tsunami coming of informal businesses, of small merchants. And, you know, we might sit around in these meetings every week, and just because we diligently attend these meetings and just because we show up for every single meeting doesn't mean we're building our business. We have to start talking to people. And if you take your time, please don't be upset with yourself when the tsunami comes and it hits you in the back of the head and it knocks you over, and then you want to say, but why didn't anybody tell me? I've had that situation in just about every business that I've built. But Sue, you didn't tell me. And I say, but I did. Please, I told you every week. I said to you, work with us, guys. We're building, we're doing stuff, we're going places. Don't sit back. Use our energy, use our expertise, use our experience. You're not going to get a chance like this again. Make the most of it now. And then you say, yeah, I know you did, but I didn't understand. Not my problem, guys. I'm saying it again now. You have got the best. I'm actually gonna put my head on a block and say in the world, but let's not even be egotistical. Let's call it egotistical and just say on the African continent, because that I'm 1,000% sure of. We've got the best on the African continent. We've got the best in every aspect, the experience, the knowledge, the gumption, the visionary. And you know what? If you look at the news, you'll see that the African continent is where it's happening. We are rocking the boat. The US, the European countries, they are shivering in their boots. And where is it really happening? Where is all that activity taking place? It looks like South Africa is, we call it, South Africa's gone to the dogs and this and that next thing. This is where the potential is, because we've hit rock bottom. We can only go up. And within that country, what is the best opportunity available to all of us right now? Bitcoin wise. Why? Because we've got the rock stars in our midst. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Please, I'm glad there's a recording of this. Do not say, but you didn't tell me, Sue. Why didn't you tell me? But okay, you did tell me, but I didn't understand. Guys, make the most of this time. Make the most of this opportunity. It's happening. It is happening. So I'm going to leave you with that for this week and say, yes. Who's suing me? Isaiah. Yeah, we don't actually take messages and questions. But anyway, we got a couple of minutes. I'm going to indulge you because we're so excited. What's up?
Yes, I'm also very excited, extremely excited. Thank you so much. Thank you for your excitement, for feeding into us, motivating us. Just two questions, two things.
Yes.
Please unpack. I know it was so fast, so quick, so simple about the 20,000 for bringing in a merchant. Please just unpack it to us again.
Okay, not a merchant, Isaiah, an agency. Now, an agency is like a franchise. If you want to put it in context, it is like a Bitcoin-wise franchise. So we're saying you need to find out a bit more about that. You can contact somebody at, I think it's you that's in charge of that department for now, agencies at BeeCoinWise, the full word, beecoinwise.co.za. You can make inquiries there and you can find out what it means to bring somebody that wants to purchase or yourself to purchase an agency. If you bring somebody in and they purchase an agency, you will earn basically a finder's fee, commission, call it what you want to, of a once-off 20,000 Rand for onboarding that agency. Not a merchant.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
the difference.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
So that's also going to explode. Yeah.
Yeah. The second bit is just, I think it's obviously been said before, but I'm suggesting as a very long-term thing, if the management can consider simplifying the payment process, even considering, I know it's not on the board at the moment, considering cards in the very long term, it would build this up so fast because people would just be able to say, "Here, get into this,
Yeah,
get a card,
yeah.
and you can pay."
Sure,
But
sure.
those are
I think I stand to be corrected. I think, like you say, very long term. The idea is a cashless digital wallet because a lot of the banks are going in that direction as well. Again, as I say, if you watch the news, you'll see that all the banks in South Africa are going, in fact, globally, are going to start closing down ATMs. It's not lucrative for them and viable anymore to maintain them and keep them running. So ATMs around the world are going to fall away, and digital wallets and digital currencies, we know, is the next step. So it's sort of counterproductive in a way, but I hear what you're saying. South Africans are, the African continent. We're very tactile. We like to touch and feel and see things. And I think Cellbucks may have considered it at one point. I don't know if it's still on the table, but it's not likely to happen. So that's where we are at the moment. But I hear what you're saying. And if it is going to be as you say, and that is something that we need, then we definitely will look at that because we always like to look at what's going to make it most user friendly for us to grow this ecosystem for the reason of finding those gogos like I spoke about last time that just don't have any other means of survival. We need to get to those aunties and say we have got the solution for you.
100%. Thank you.
Thank
very
you
much.
so much, Azai. I've got two people that have got their hands up. I'm going to take those questions or comments, guys, and then not anymore. We're going to close off. Samsung SMA ...
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, good. I've joined late. I just wanted to check how and where are we going to access the recordings. Thank you.
In the knowledge base, there's a Trello board in the knowledge base that all the recordings. In fact, I even think in the starter pack, if you recently joined and you received a link to your starter pack, it's actually in there. If you click on that link, there is there's two sections. In fact, one that's got the previous recordings and one that's got the notifications for future calls. But all the recordings are on there as well, so you can access them from there. Giorgio?
Hi, good evening, team, and Dr. Swanepoel. Thank you very much for a fantastic idea system that we are busy with. If I could perhaps put a little bit of input into it, is can we perhaps not get some surety from the government, because people are still so very skeptical, and it would be so fantastic if everybody is crowding us. We want to join, we want to join, we want to join, if they know it is 100% a legitimate scheme. Thank you very much. And Sue, if it's possible, can you pull your mic a little bit away because it is distorting?
Is it? Okay, I'll do that. Is that better?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. It's also because I tend to shout when I'm excited. But yes, the legitimacy is not to do. The government hasn't got our interests at heart. Let's be honest and just call a spade a spade. So we're not going to talk to them about it, because anytime that we go to them and say we can make people happy, we can make people healthy, we can make people celebrate life, then they're going to shut you down, because it's not in their interest to do that. They need us to be depressed. They need us to be sick. They need us to be attacking each other. Did you know that governments around the world, and I think South Africa is one of them, they have to maintain a 4% crime rate. If the crime rate drops below 4%, they have to incite crime, because they lose money. The insurance companies lose money because people aren't replacing stolen goods, and the ecosystem, in their eyes, they just lose money. So it's not in their interest to have crime-free, happy, healthy, joyful citizens that are celebrating life. It's very short-sighted, but that is the case. However, to come back to your question about legalities, we can, in fact, I'll speak to Dr. Frans and Peter and ask them if they can put on the Trello board, on the knowledge base, we can put our legal team obviously has given us all the legalities that we need. Because remember, all we have to do is we sell the starter pack. There's nothing wrong with that. All the legalities concerning the merchants and the administration of the wallet is done by Salbucks. They have been going for 12 on 13 years now, and they have been paying, this is what you can tell people, they have been paying the students their stipends from the government. So the government pays Salbucks these billions, and Salbucks then disperses these funds to the students. So they administer the digital wallet system on behalf of the government. And of course, that is very easy to verify. So we don't need to go into that too much. We're just plugging into an existing system. And all we do is we basically sell a starter pack, and the rest is done by Salbucks. So I don't know if that gives you a little bit more of a perspective on that. But certainly we can make that, those kinds of that information available to everybody, because nothing is a secret. It's available to everybody. It's quite simple. So yes, and we are getting to that stage. There are lots of the hive is buzzing, Giorgio. If you can just imagine a hive that you can't see, and there isn't one prominent bee that's making a big fat noise, because that would be a cicada and not a bee. Those things are so bloody irritating. But the hive is buzzing. There is a lot of buzz. It's not always audible, but there's a lot of interest. In fact, I'm gonna let out a secret, and I'm not gonna mention names. But I don't even think I'm supposed to say anything. But I don't know where Dr. Frans is. I think he's gone, so I can skin her a little bit. But there are governments on the African continent, outside of our country, that have shown a huge interest in our business model, and they are working with Dr. Frans at the moment, and they are actually suggesting ways that he can position the company so that they can fund lots of community activities, because this is a socio-economic problem that we're solving. We tick the fintech boxes, we tick the IT boxes, we tick so many boxes, we tick all the boxes, but at the heart of it, this is a very serious, or potentially serious, socio-economic problem. And we have already raised some eyebrows outside of the country that are saying, we want in. So this is what he says when he says there's a lot happening at head office, and we're not talking a small little voice here and there. We're talking big players, very, very global players that are looking at this and saying, Guy, you're onto something and we want in. So watch this space. With that, guys, I'm going to say good night and be well. Have a fantastic evening and a wonderful weekend. We'll see you again with Max Khan on Monday evening. So go well and take care. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye now.